Amanda here from Lolly Lulu Crafts, and today I am doing a card for you, but first I want to just introduce to you this new monthly series that I'm going to be doing. What I have done is I have subscribed to the Simon Says Stamp monthly kit. So each month you get a box through your door. It's kind of a surprise what you're going to get. And so what I decided was that from that I would be making some cards to share with you. So what I was going to do was do one post, one video, and then some cards to go on Instagram as well. So there'll be some cards on Instagram that you won't see anywhere else. So there'll be a nice selection, hopefully nice anyway, from this kit. And the idea is, as much as possible, apart from sort of basics, to use i.e. glue and etc., to use pretty much as much from this kit for each card as possible, and not to stray into using other cardstock like pattern paper or whatever. I mean, obviously sometimes there will be occasions where you need to do that, like there may be that you need black ink, or for today for example I'm going to be using a stencil, but on the whole the majority of the card will be made using this kit. Now I did post a photograph of this on my social media. I think that was on Instagram as well, possibly on Twitter, I can't remember, and I will pop a picture of the kit when it was brand new up on the blog post that goes with this video. But just to show you, it is rather well used now. But what you get is a nice ideas sheet. In this kit I've got a paper pack, and this is the remnants of it. It was a decent size paper pack. In this instance, again, it varies each time. I've got a Simon Says Stamp ink, I've got some little sequins, a stamp set, I had some paper, some card sheets. I've still got one whole card sheet here left. For some reason I had a lollipop included. I got some wooden embellishments, which was really cute, and a die. So over this week you will see some posts and this video obviously, but also don't forget to check out Instagram. And if you go across to my website and the corresponding blog post to this video, you'll not only see photographs of this kit complete and the photographs of this finished card, because when I do videos I put a lot more photos on the blog post than I do at the end of the video, but you'll also be able to come out of that post and look at some of the other posts, perhaps I think they may be later in the week, but that are of cards that I made using this kit. Plus on top of that it will have the link to my Instagram, so you'll be able to look at that as well. Alright, and if you follow me on Instagram you'll get notifications when the photos go up, so all good. Okay, so let's get on with the first card in the series. So what I've got is I took a piece of the orange cardstock. This is the Simon Says Stamp cardstock, and I cut, it was an 8.5 by 11. I cut that in half, then scored and folded it in half to create a 4.25 by 5.5 card. Next I took a piece of the cream cardstock and I cut that 1/4 inch down from our base card, so that is 4 inches by 5.25, and I want to attach that to the front of this orange card here. So I'm just going to use my tape pen and I'm just going to stick that down onto the front of the card like so, and just making sure that it's got the edges all even so that we get a nice even border, because always so easy to do that wrong. Okay, so pop that like that. Actually I think he's going that way, keep doing it. It's actually a portrait card. Okay, so what I want to do to that is, because obviously this is all like a coffee themed kit this time, so what I wanted to do was add my little coffee cup, but I'd found this great stencil from Tim Holtz that had these rings on that just look like coffee rings, so I want to stencil those onto the card, the cream card here, but before I do that I need to stamp out my coffee cup, and this is the one I'm going to use because I'm not sure, obviously I won't, until that's stamped out I won't be sure of exactly where the position is to put those rings. So we're just going to stamp that out onto this lovely orange piece of paper that came in the kit. So I just grab my little stamper here. Now this is one of the things that isn't in the kit. I'm actually using the black archival ink to get the outline on this. The ink that came in the kit was a gorgeous colour called khaki, but it's actually really nice. So I'm going to stamp it into the corner here, just because it's slightly faded in the corner there, so I think that will make it look nice. But I have got a Copic marker here as well, just to add some shading, although that probably wasn't the best ink in that case to use. Okay, so that just stamped out lovely. It just occurred to me, of course, I should have used my Memento ink because I was going to be using my marker, but I'll just be careful as I do it. And then we've got these cute little faces, and I was just wondering if I could get away with putting one of those on there because I just think that's so sweet. So I'm just gonna, I haven't used the little face yet. Actually, I haven't used this cup either, and there's just so many things that it's so easy to make quite a few cards without even touching the surface of all the different elements. Okay, so I'm going to just take this little face and I'm going to pop it just in the middle here, like so. So cute. Really sweet. And then I'm going to take my Pro marker, my Copic marker, and I've got YR27, and I think that's going to prove to be a bit darker. Let's just test it. Yeah, I don't want it to be a different colour, I just want it to just darken the edges a little. So let's just very carefully, because I didn't really use the best marker in the world, so just carefully I'm just going to flick on these side pieces, and all I'm trying to do here is just darken up those edges just to give it the look of there being some dimension to it. And you can just see I'm just catching that a little bit on that ink, so just be a little bit more careful. Okay, and that just gives it a little dimension. And then I'm just going to do a little bit down the sides of the handle there as well, and I'm just going to clean my marker off. And then just on the inside here I'm going to do the same, just not where the actual coffee part is because we're going to use another marker for that. So we'll just do that like that. Okay, and then I'm going to get E79 just to colour in, just to check that, yes, to colour in the coffee here. So just very carefully. There we go. And I'm going to just darken his little tongue actually. I'm not going to change the colour or anything like that. I'm just going to make it look a bit darker. There we go. So that's all I need to do on that. And then what I want to do next is just cut that out. Okay, so there he is all cut out. Doesn't he look sweet? So I think that's going to look really nice on the card. So now we need to just work out the positioning so that we can add our little coffee stains. Okay, so I have created myself just a little biscuit out of just cutting a piece of the cream cardstock and just doing a wobbly edge, coloured it with the Pro Markers, the two that we just used, and just added some of the little chocolate chips in there. And I have created also like a little napkin. I cut this, one of the pattern pieces of cardstock or paper into a 3-inch square. I folded it in half but on the diagonal to make a triangle, and then I folded it in half again, but as you can see I got it in the made a point this end, but I went off centre this end, and then I've just added a bit of tape in between just to hold it together, and that's going to be like a little napkin. So we've got a little biscuit, little napkin, and then we need to add our coffee stains, which I think need to be kind of over here. I also have a sentiment that I stamped, and I stamped it using the khaki, but in the end I coloured it over using the YR24 pen, and I added that sentiment on. Okay, so I'm going to use the khaki ink, and I'm going to use just a sponge to sponge it through. Okay, and that sentiment, by the way, that was stamped using the stamp set that came in the kit. Not the sentiment, but the actual little bubble. So that was in there. So let's just lightly, well, not so lightly, oops, put the ink onto our mat here. There we go. I think that looks really cool. I like that. Because I want to stamp my little steam on before I stick these down, because it will get in the way. So we're going to have to work it out where it needs to go. And again, I'm going to use the khaki for that. It does seem to be a really nice colour. And then we'll just pop that down about there. There we go. Right, so let's grab the glue gel. So the first thing I probably want to need to put down is the napkin, but we need that in relation to the cup. So the cup's going to be there. So our napkin is going to be there. There we go. And we'll get my glue gel on the back of my cup. And a nice big blob, because I want him nice and tall. There we go. So he's got some real height going on there. So he's going to be sitting above the napkin. And then I'm going to put some glue gel on the back of my little biscuit. Not too much, because we don't need height for him. On the napkin. There we go. And then we need to just put our little sentiment on. So just grabbing our glue gel, putting a blob on the back, and then popping that in position up there. Like so. The next, or the last thing really that I want to do is just add some of the little sequins. I found that looks really sweet, sort of just up in the steam, and I add them using either Cosmic Shimmer or Glossy Accents. Either of them work well. Okay, so I'm just going to take my Glossy Accents now, and I'm just going to put a tiny dot just where I'm going to put my little sequin. There we go. So that's all of those on there. Let me just show you what they look like. They're cute, very pretty, and then up on there, and then So that is our finished card. So I hope you've enjoyed making this card with me, and I hope that you're going to enjoy this new series. Do make sure you pop over to my website and take a look at the other posts with cards from this kit, and also to Instagram as well. I'd love to hear what you think, and if you've had a Simon Says stamp kit and what you think of it, I'd love to know. Alright, well thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.